Hi, I'm Catherine. Thanks for watching. Today I'm getting ready for the Super Bowl, so of course I'm getting the most important part ready, our snacks. So I'm going to make 3 dips today. I'm going to start by going over some of the ingredients with you. I'm going to make a buffalo chicken dip. So I'm going to use an antibiotic-free chicken, some mayo, some hot sauce, onion powder and garlic powder. I'm going to make a guacamole, so I'm going to use a few avocados, red onion, tomato, lemon, and a jalapeno. And I'm also going to be making a crab dip. I'm going to use some crab meat, cream cheese, minced garlic, some marsala cooking wine. I'm going to use salt, pepper, and everything. And in the crab meat, I'm going to use this vegan cream cheese because I don't eat regular cream cheese, and it's actually really good. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with making the buffalo chicken dip. And I had 1 rotisserie chicken, like I mentioned, and I just shredded it. So this is the texture. And I'm going to just add this to a bowl. That's about 3 cups of chicken if you wanted a better measurement of that. I've measured out a cup of mayonnaise. A half a cup of hot sauce, and I use Frank's Red Hot. I just like that one best. And I've also measured a half a teaspoon of onion powder, 3/4 teaspoon of sea salt, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and some pepper. Just gonna give that a stir. And I've preheated the oven to 350 degrees. We're going to add this into an 8x8 baking dish, and I just like to use just like a glass Pyrex like this. So you can just pour that directly in there, and you don't need to grease it because the mayonnaise, it won't stick or anything. And we're going to cook this for about 35 minutes at 350 degrees. So now I'm going to start on the crab dip. I have 16 ounces of crab. And also 16 ounces of cream cheese. I'm going to add that directly into the bowl. And these snacks really are not figure friendly, but that's the fun of the Super Bowl, so let's make sure you enjoy it. Add a half a cup of marsala cooking wine. And I have 4 tablespoons of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and about a half a tablespoon of salt and a dash of pepper. And we're going to put this in the same type of pan, an 8x8 Pyrex. And again, you're not going to need to grease the pan because the cream cheese will kind of keep it moist and it won't really stick. I'm just going to cook it until it gets a little bit light brown on top and starts bubbling a little bit, just so those flavors come together. this is also going to go in a 350-degree oven, and this is also going to go in for 35 minutes. So I'm going to just pop that in the oven now. Now it's time for our final dip. Going to be making the guacamole. So I've cubed 4 avocados. Just going to add them into a bowl. We're just going to use a potato masher just to mash those up. Just a helpful trick in case you do go to the supermarket and all the avocados feel like baseballs and they're like rock hard. You can put them in a paper bag and just close the top of the bag, and usually within a day or two they soften up a lot. So just a helpful hint if you get really rock hard avocados. So you can mash these up to whatever consistency you like. I like mine with a little bit of chunks in there. I've diced 1 jalapeno. I always get stuck on that word, I don't know why. I have a half a cup of red onion. The juice of 1 lemon. And I did want to show you this. I'm going to add 1 tomato, but you want to squeeze out the seeds of the tomato just because it just leaves like a lot of seeds in there and it's like very wet, so it gets like watery. So you just kind of want to squeeze them out. I just wanted to show you what I mean by that in case you don't know. And it's basically, you're just going to squeeze the tomato until most of those seeds come out. If you don't get all of them, that's okay. It just really helps to keep the guacamole a better consistency. So I'm going to just dice that up. Also want to add in plenty of salt and also some pepper. Give that a stir. And the trick with guacamole is you actually do want to make it ahead of time so those flavors can kind of marry together, and so just like the onions aren't as harsh and the jalapenos as well. The lemon really helps to break it down. And so once that's all combined, you can just put a lid on it. I have just like a plastic Tupperware kind of lid, and just pop it in the fridge. And when you serve it, I think most people prefer it room temperature, so you might want to take it out a little bit ahead of time before you serve it. All the dips are finished, and I'll just go over those with you. So I have the crab meat right here on my right. This is the buffalo chicken dip, and this is the guacamole. I have some gluten-free crackers. They're called Milton's gluten-free, and I like this crispy sea salt type. They also have like a few different flavors. And I also have some veggie chips that I'll be using to try. So I'm going to try this crab meat. The crab is very creamy from the cream cheese. The texture kind of resembles almost like a crab cake, and I don't think the crab is overbearing or anything. It just blends together very well. Let me try this one up. The guacamole is really good. The red onion kind of pops in this. I don't know if you traditionally eat a guac with red onion, but I prefer it. I think it just gives it, kind of elevates it to a different level. And the jalapenos bring a little bit of heat, so it kind of gives it a little different flavor. And now I'm going to try this buffalo chicken. A little bit messy. So that dip is really good. It doesn't really have a creamy flavor like you would expect with all that mayonnaise that we used. It's just like a pulled creamy buffalo chicken, and I would say of all three of these, it's probably my favorite. I think it's like a different spin if you don't want just like a traditional wing and you want people to just have a variety of dips and different flavors depending on what they like and what they can eat at your Super Bowl party. I want to thank you for watching. I'm Catherine. I'll see you next week with another gluten-free recipe.